installations. I also want to add that most important within this whole exercise is to ensure that we decongest the port, because excavators are not containers that you can stack on each other. It creates a lot of inconvenience when you have them in the port, and containerized cargo cannot have the needed space for port business to go on as we expect. All port charges related to clearing of excavators remain the same. However, the cost of transporting the excavator will now be a cost that will be borne by the consignee who imported the excavator. So far, the evacuation has been very successful. It's been very smooth without hitches, and we anticipate that it will continue like that until we have been able to evacuate everything from the port. We don't envisage any challenges coming up from that, and we want to let road users know that they will continue to see us at night, because that is when we have the free flow of our traffic without hindering their normal activities on the roads. All things being equal, we anticipate to complete this work by the end of this month, or if there are any hitches by way of the transporters we are using to evacuate, then it will not exceed the middle of next month. We want the general public to continuously be partners with what is in the collective interests of the state. We want road users in particular to collaborate with us when they see our escorts clearing certain portions of the road to facilitate the movement of these excavators. So far, we've not recorded any road traffic accident, and we don't envisage that anything of the sort should happen. And it's because of the time we do our evacuations, and it's also because of the manner in which we have received that collaboration from the general public. We expect the general public to continuously support us in that direction. We also want the general public to be alert and let us know when they see any movement that they have doubts about. It is always good to come to us and clarify. If there are such movements that we don't know about, we'll let you know. And if we have to also be supportive to ensure that nobody does anything untoward, we will do same. So our doors are always open. By the end of the exercise, we are anticipating to evacuate a total number of approximately 1,100 excavators into the military installations. However, let me hasten to add that the excavators we see in the port are not all meant for Ghana. Our port is also the port for transit goods going into Burkina Faso, sometimes La Côte d'Ivoire, Niger, and Mali. So some of the excavators will be on transit to these countries, and those excavators will not be evacuated to the military installations. They will be cleared through the normal transit processes, and they will be seen exiting the port to their various locations. This is an exercise which we released a public notice on as far back as August. It is not an exercise that has been done in secrecy. It is not an exercise that has been done by a single agency. It is not an exercise that has been done by a private entity. This is a national assignment for our collective good. And at the end of the day, I believe that we will all appreciate where we have gotten to. It's an exercise that is not only GPHA spearheading. It's an exercise that is aimed at ensuring that we have our excavators properly accounted for. It's an exercise that is aimed at ensuring that we can locate the excavators wherever they have been designated to go to. And it's an exercise that is supposed to ensure that we have all been able to do something about illegal mining, which we are all concerned about.
The Port Security Manager for the Port of Tema, Colonel Daniel Atubra Bonda, bringing us up to speed with that particular exercise, which is an interagency exercise. Like you said, it's a national, assignment, and it would have to carry to the best of their ability. We say maximum thanks to the Minister for Transport, the Honorable Joseph Bukari Nikbe, and His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama for taking time off, to expatiate and throw more light on this particular exercise, and to get the people to appreciate the fact that nothing untoward, so to speak, is happening, with respect to the evacuation of the excavators from our ports. So we're zooming straight into our discussion, major discussion for tonight, and we're taking a look at exports, how to expand the frontiers of Ghanaian exports, and how to get strategies to be able to access as it were, the global market. And so we've assembled a team that we believe can do justice to this particular topic. With us in the studios, viewers, is Mr. Alex Dajawa. He's no stranger to Iron Port. Mr. Alex Dajawa is the director in charge of projects at the Ghana Exports Promotion Authority. Good evening, sir, and welcome.
Good evening.
Awesome.
Thanks for inviting us again.
Absolutely. We are glad to have you. Also in the studios with us is Mr. Davis Kobo, President of the Federation of Associations of Ghanaian Exporters, FAGE. Good evening, sir, and welcome. Absolutely. Also, he's no stranger to Iron Port. He's been here, and we are grateful that we have called on you this week, and you have obliged us. Now, to begin with, let me start with Mr. Dajawa and find out from you if you could remind, or as it were, take us back to basics with the core mandate of GEPA, Ghana Export Promotion Authority. All right, even though the name says it all, but yes, maybe, yeah, you need to.
The name says it all. Ghana Export Promotion Authority.
Yeah.
So it means that we promote exports, and we promote exports from Ghana.
Yes.
So that has been our mandate since 1960. Our Act 396.
Yes.
Promulgated as far back as 1960.
Right.
So our major task is to ensure that we assist Ghanaian export-oriented companies to export to the international markets. So basically, that's what we.
His microphone is on. It's on. If you can draw the microphone.
Yes.
Yes, sure.
Yeah. Right. So as I was saying, per our mandate, we are obliged
to
promote and develop Ghana's exports to the international markets.
Right.
Per our Act, which is Act 396 of 1969. So this is what we've been doing, and we always help exporters find markets wherever the markets are for our products. So, candidly, over the last 3 years, what would you say your assessment of our performance as a country is as far as exports is concerned? Well, let me also clarify that we have two basic sectors of exports. We have the traditional exports and the non-traditional exports.
Yes.
So our emphasis as an agency of government is to promote non-traditional exports.
Yes.
As opposed to traditional exports.
Yes.
So when we consider non-traditional exports, it's all exports that are not cocoa beans, minerals,
right,
gold,
bauxite,
and so forth and so on, bauxite, and then unprocessed timber,
right,
i.e. timber logs.
Right.
So apart from these, all other products that go out of Ghana,
yes,
whether it's water, whether it's pineapple, pepper, cashew, whatever it is, iron rods and all that, comes under our ambit or our mandate. So I would say we've not been doing badly as a country as far as non-traditional exports are concerned. We do averagely in the last 3 to 4 years,
yes,
about $3.8 billion. Sometimes it goes up a bit, sometimes it comes down a little bit, depending on the dynamics of the market. Yeah, averagely about 3.8 billion.
Okay.
Yeah, in 2022 we did 3.6 billion.
2022.
Yes.
Okay.
Then 2023, 3.9 billion, a little above 3.9 billion. And then it dipped a little bit in 2024, which is last year. We did 3.8 billion, $3.83 billion.
Okay. All right.
Right. And there were some factors that led to the slight decline. Okay. So I would say averagely, we do about $3.8 billion. Yes, right, annually.
Okay.
But we are not complacent at all, because if you look at our potential, we should be doing much, much more than that. And I'm sure Davis, an expert in that sector, will tell us a bit more of that. But looking at our potential, we can do maybe 5 billion and so forth and so forth.
Right.
But we need to up our game a little bit more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So by when, per your, as it were, permutations, do you think that we can hit the 5 billion? And what are the things that you need to do to get there?
Well, we can if we put a lot more effort into production side of things, what we call the supply side, and also emphasize on quality, because the market takes only quality.
Right.
So if you don't have the quality, then you are going to be found a bit wanting, because the market is very competitive. So we should have the products in large quantities, but also at the right quality and the right price to be able to gain more access to the market. As for the markets, they are there, but some can also be worked on further, as we will come to see a little later in the program.
Right. Okay, so let me come to Mr. Kobo. You lead the Federation of Associations of Ghanaian Exporters, and you are on the field, you are practicing, and so you know the kind of commodities that move, those that we export, that are on high demand and all that. First of all, let me find out from you what your assessment is of your performance as exporters.
Okay, so thank you very much. And like Alex rightly said, I think for us as exporters, I think if you look at the trend, we've done pretty well. Pretty well in the sense that if you listen to the figures it was mentioned,
yes,
the minimum we got was 3.8.
Yes.
But then, having said that, I think we could do more. Why am I saying we could do more? Because if you look at there's this government agency called Tree Crops Development Authority,
yes,
which was established under Act 1010, and their mandate is to promote those six crops.
Yes.
And the whole idea is for them to be able to generate $2 billion annually,
right,
per crop by the next 5 years.
Right.
The issue here is where I sit. I've been saying this again and again that if you look at the potential, the $2 billion each is even underestimated. Because if we put all the factors together, close every gap, provide the necessary things they need, they should be able to hit more than that. Currently, I know GEPA just last week or so ended the share expo. And if you look at the potential for share alone, if I talk about share, I'm talking about process, because the issue here is we need to move around away from exporting raw material
to
and
process,
rather add value to process. Because what happens is if we still continue to export raw, then we are also exporting jobs.
Yes.
So and also once that happens, we don't get the full potential of the whole thing.
Yeah.
If you look at share, for instance, it has more than 5 or 6 different, how do you call it, layers. Do you understand? But currently, what they are doing is only the first one, where they crash into the, how do you call it, the butter.
Yes.
Aside the butter, there are a lot of things we could do. So these are some of the potentials, and I think that, like I said, where I sit, if we close all the gaps, we should be able to do far better than that. Let's go to cashew and the rest, where the cashew demand in the world is one of the highest. I mean, everybody takes cashew between here and Burkina, here and Cote d'Ivoire. If you look at the cashew load we export from here, it's very high. But the issue here is, are we exporting the raw cashew or process? We export the cashew, we export over 90% of the raw, as against the 10 process. So the issue here is, how do we see it? The potential is huge. So our advice, and that is what we've been working on with Export Promotion Authority for the past years, and let's try to add value to both of these. And I'm happy 24 our economy is on board now, where their major focus is to be able to make sure that people access funds and also make sure that they add value to the products that we export. So these are some of the things. Coconut, for instance, coconut, we are still leading in Africa. And if you look at coconut demand, for the past 6 years, Ghana Export Promotion Authority, under the coconut revitalization, if you look at what they do with the Coconut Federation, and until recently, where they are doing some, and the Office of the President in charge of Agriculture is also doing 3 million seedlings this year.
Right.
The whole idea is to front sell whatever we are doing, because that's the strategy. And that's the one reason why I say that for FAGE is not just a name.
Yes.
We are there to stimulate export. It's a movement. So we try to make sure that we look at where the buyers are and also make sure that we produce to meet those markets. The question here is, all this coconut, are we going to sell the raw coconut? The answer here is big no. We're having a turnaround as we speak now to make sure that we add value to most of this, because, like I said, if you are selling for $1 now for fresh coconut, just an example, if you add value, you get about 5 times what you have. And again, you are not just exporting jobs, we are rather creating jobs and wealth here, alleviating poverty.
Absolutely.
So these are some of the things we are doing. So we've not done badly at all. I think we are doing, but there is more room for improvement. And I think that as the years go by, we'll see how best we can improve. And thankfully, like a faith, our mother agency is Ghana Export Promotion Authority, directly under the Ministry of Trade.
Yes.
And one of our major things is to be able to promote most of these things through trade shows.
Yes.
So we've been having countless trade shows for this year alone. I mean, if I tell you the amount of money, the deals we receive from Fruit Logistica, then how the fruit in, fruit in, how do you call it, Italy. And just next week we're going to have the fruit attraction in Spain. It's overwhelming. But the issue here, like I said, Alex said, do we have the produce? Do we have the wherewithal to be able to export all those things? And this is where we need to sit. And we should be intentional about what we are doing. And this is where I think that both government and private sector need to come in. I'm happy Ghana Export Promotion Authority, in collaboration with FAID, we are promoting and making sure that the private sector see the need for them to also invest. And once that is done, I think the issue of poverty in this country will be a thing of the past.
He mentioned the fact that, yes, we're hovering around 4 billion. And fortunately, he thinks that projections are that we can get to 5 billion. Now, he talks about the issue of quality. If we don't hit the quality, it means that we're not going to be able, perhaps, to cross over to the 5 billion. And you also mentioned that if we are able to close the gaps, which are these gaps that you talk about?
I think it's the same quality issue. If you listen to me during the recent the June Horti Expo, I made a passionate appeal to His Excellency, the President, to make sure that the funding gaps within the sector is totally closed. If we can't do 100%, we should be able to do about 70%. If we are able to promote and make sure that people have access to funding and also make the infrastructure, these things we should be able to work on our quality. Again, if you look at what the current trend is, even though quality has been an issue for the past 6 years down the lane, I think we're doing better than we used to do. Go to Export Trade House now, just visit the EXIM, how do you call it, shop, and you'll be amazed of the kind of things you see over there. You even think that these are important things. I mean, people have worked on their branding, they've worked on the quality, their taste, everything. You understand me? And the buyers are there. I think, for me, alternative markets, as we speak now, we have the countries like China who have reps here. Superstone is here, Malu Ghana is here, who are big Chinese firms who want to offtake most of this process here and ship it out, so piggery and the likes. So I think that the girls basically are some of this, and also the tax incentive, because you see, I tell people that, look, for me, as a country, if we really want to grow, then our target should be the youth. And how do you bring the youth on board? You need to incentivize them. Make sure that they get the necessary incentives to be able to work. And once that is done, they come in fresh. The push-pull system where they have role models. They have the role models to work with. So they don't just wake up because everybody says tomato is what we are exposed, so everybody's going to produce tomato. That shouldn't be the narrative. The narrative is for us to be able to have role models, to be able to mentor these youth, for them to produce the very quality, the yield to feed that market. But the market is big. The market, when people say there's no market, at times I ask whether we articulate ourselves or what. The market is there. And like I said, the Ghana Export Promotion Authority is been promoting this for all these years. So I think these are some of the things we need to do. Thankfully, the GPHA is doing the GPHA Export School. FAID is also establishing the Export Academy. And I know EXIM is also doing something around it. So the whole thing is everybody at least is trying to have part of the national cake by making sure that we do our part to raise the bar. Because once you raise the bar, for the buyers, they are there. Then again, if we are going to raise the bar, then we need to align it with the production. Because for me, if you sign a contract, you are unable to produce because of problem. Let's take sweet potatoes, for instance. Sweet potatoes, Ghana, the weather is good for sweet potatoes. The soil is good for processing. The proximity, 6 hours by air, we are in Europe. 12, 14 days, we are in either Philistine or Rotterdam.
Yeah.
You understand me? So for me, when I ask myself, I said when the 24 economy,
yes.
and I ask myself that, is it a case where we could speak to other countries to say, look, we can produce sweet potato flour. So all you need to do is sign maybe 3 million tons contract annually with us. But what you have to do is advance some of the money.
Right.
So if you advance some of the money comes 6. If you are part of that investment, then we can use that money to promote it.
Yes.
And even because it's product development that we are first time into your country, we could also talk to you to give us some grant out of the money. So if you gave us maybe $4 billion, we say, look, can you convert $1 billion to grant for us to be able to have the likes of these youth to be able to enter and be very aggressive to be able to produce. So this has I think that for me, for Ghana to be poor is unacceptable, and I've been saying it always, because we have the weather, we have the manpower, we have the soil, possibly where we are located within the world. I think it makes us, we have advantage. Yeah.
Right. Okay, let me come to Mr. Dajawa and find out from you. I want to take you back to Kenya in 2022, where the Ghana Export Promotion Authority inaugurated and commissioned the Export Trade House in Kenya. 3 years down the line, tell us, how has it fared?
Well, actually, it's 2 years and a little bit more.
Yes.
May of 2023.
Right.
And that the trade house was set up as a pilot route to market facility.
Right.
That is to say that we have gone deep inside the market so that we have a facility there that is for Ghanaian companies and Ghanaian products to be promoted in the market.
Right.
And so that was established in Kenya.
Yes.
With the idea, therefore, that we can consolidate products. We talked about the supply side.
Yes.
So we can consolidate products because we know most of our exporters are SMEs, small companies that don't have for now, the capacity to deliver big orders.
Absolutely. So
if you have an order for 500 kilos, someone has an order for 1 ton, somebody also has an order for 2 tons. You put these together into a 20-footer or 40-footer container, and then you ship it to the trade house. And then from there it's distributed to the importers or the buyers or whoever, and then distributed to the market. So that was the model which has been working for the last 2 years. It's not working badly at all because now Ghanaian products are beginning to get fame in Kenya, and Kenya do not need to fly all the way to Ghana to get the goods because the goods are right at their doorstep. So it's a physical facility, and then regularly we ship containers of products to the market depending on the demand for the specific product. We carry out some market research to know which products are doing well and which ones are not doing too well. And we come to realize that the cocoa products are doing very well. Cosmetics, because Ghanaians are known for their cosmetic products out of shea butter. And Kenyans love shea butter so much. So they import a lot from the trade house. We also have processed foods. Our dried fruits are doing quite well. And then our cashew, the cashew too is one of the favorites that people are demanding. And so it's been there working for the last 2 years, and it's not doing too badly at all. And the idea is to use Kenya as the gateway to reach the East African market. Kenya is like the largest market in East Africa. They have the purchasing power. They love Ghana so much. If you look at the historical antecedents, what Kwame Nkrumah and Kenyatta did, we are leveraging on that bilateral relationship to increase our exports. So it's not doing badly at all. Now we've reviewed the performance, and we feel that it's about time that we broke into other markets as well.
That was going to be my next question.
So on the radar of the new leadership, we are looking at expanding it into other countries, starting with South Africa. We also want to go to Europe, UK, and then the US.
I know the Ghana's recently sworn in High Commissioner to the UK. Zita Saba
Yes, I was going to say that
met your
very much so. She met
your CEO.
She was impressed. Davis was talking about the small shop in our office down at the ground floor. We actually took her there, and she sampled some of she was amazed. She was so amazed about the packaging and the variety of innovative products that we have there.
Yes.
So she was just packing them like that, to
Right.
take along. And she even indicated that she was going to make a shelf space at the High Commission in UK so we can put some of these products there. So she's going to make it her primary, task to actually promote it. Once we've told her about this opportunity for us to set up another one, she's full of commitment to help us do that.
All right.
And so that's one of the ways to actually practicalize market entry strategy. It's a strategy. Just like the way Chinese are coming to Ghana and doing Chinese malls,
Yes.
all Chinese products coming into Ghana, why don't we also replicate same? And our products are known to be of quality. I talked about the quality issues. We screen them. There's a process of taking companies on board. By screening them, we take samples of the products, we take it through the normal, observation to see whether they meet the quality requirements.
Yes.
We look at the packaging. You have to have certification from FDA, from Ghana Standards Authority, and then we look at the packaging. Then if it meets the criteria, then you are registered to take advantage of it.
Right.
And so far, about close to more than 80 companies, individual companies, are part of the initiative.
Right.
And they are not doing badly at all.
Right.
Yeah.
Apart from Europe and UK, which we just mentioned, which other African countries are you looking at? You were about mentioning that when I came in.
No, I was talking about the US for now. South Africa is high on the radar because it's also a very big market. So South Africa takes care of the SADC regions, the Southern African Development Community markets.
Right.
Neighboring countries like Botswana, Lesotho and all that will also take advantage of that.
Okay.
Then the US, huge market.
Yes.
And the US, I think we are targeting about 3 states, different states where we place these trade houses there as well.
Is New Jersey part of it?
Sorry?
Is New Jersey part of it?
Certainly, of course. New Jersey, that's where the concentration of Ghanaians are. So
absolutely,
definitely there will be New Jersey.
Yes.
And then I think the Midwest also.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let me come to Mr. Kobo and Fano. I think I still had one for you, which would have to be that depending on the success of what you're going to do in the UK, if you zoom into action and you actualize it, will that be, as it were, a stepping stone for you to collaborate with other high commissions and embassies to establish same for purposes of accelerating Ghanaian exports, premised particularly on the quest of this current administration to hike and up our exports? The president has launched the Accelerated Export Development Initiative, which he himself is chairing.
Yes.
Don't you think that would be a step in the right direction to collaborate with these high commissions and embassies to get this going?
Yes, certainly. In fact, we cannot do it without the embassies coming in strong. We were successful in the Kenyan situation because of the role the High Commission in Nairobi played, because they did all the facilitation, the diplomatic issues and all that. So setting it up wasn't that difficult. We had all the facilitation at the government level, so that we were able to get all the permits to do that. So, and now government's emphasis is on economic diplomacy, of course. And so it is within their mandate also to assist in this direction. And so using the UK as a basis, we can move to other countries as well. But it's on a priority basis. We need to do research on the market to see the potential. It's not going to be en masse, but then depending on the need. And then the high demand for Ghanaian products in specific markets that is going to be the underlining major criteria or criterion for selecting the companies. The countries to deal with. But of course, I do understand that in all the countries that will be going to, the High Commission or the embassies are going to be very, very important in this.
Right. So let me come to you, Mr. Kobo. You did agree that, yes, the issue of quality is one of the challenges that you are grappling with, I believe, with your membership. And we also agree, initially, those days, one challenge that you faced was the issue of packaging.
Yes.
Now, recently, I was part of a program. You organized a program at the International Conference Center. I took part, and your packaging was apt. A lot of people commended the way you did the packaging. They even described it as world-class and all that. What are some of the issues you think that hampers, the success or growth, so to speak, of your membership?
I think for me, I will talk about funding. The funding gap is becoming a big problem, and I'm happy. He just mentioned something, because if you look at what we are currently doing, if you even talk about quality, yes, quality for me, we move from the normal. Because if you ask me, quality-wise, we are around 70%. So it means that we are way above what is expected of us. But you see, quality.
Mr. do you agree? Is there 70%?
Oh, in fact, I do agree, because I just returned from Tamale last week, where we had a share. He was referring to the share expo. Right. It was amazing. If you even in the northern part of Ghana, you'll be surprised the way these young ladies are churning out products out of shea butter. Wow. And other products, the baobab. What's the name? Dawa.
Yes.
Dawa into drinks. Yes. Dawa into condiments.
They have the tea and all that. Yeah, sure.
And the packaging wasn't bad at all.
Okay.
Really. So that we've taken even samples back to the office to look at it and see even if some of those will not meet the conditions for even sending them to Kenya. So I would say we are maybe
please next time when you go,
because just a little more touch we need to put to it.
Next time when you go and collecting samples, remember me.
And then also I bought spread made out of cashew. Wow. Like peanut spread. Right. Beautiful. I mean, very tasty. And that's what we use at home these days. Okay. And many other very interesting products coming out of that. Okay. All right. So yes, I do agree.
So please continue.
Yes. Like I said, the funding gap, because for me, if you walk to how do you call it, financial institutions and the interest rates is above 30-something%, how are you going to break even? So in that case, people will be compelled to do. I don't want to do shortcut basis where they wouldn't want to deploy the full arsenals to meet the quality. And this is where I see that the problem. But I have always been advocating that there should be a special purpose vehicle for agribusiness and export, where we borrow at a single-digit interest rate, because other countries are doing it. And for me, we just have to be intentional about what we are doing, because you see, commerce is different from what we are doing. Yes. And so if you want to marry the two and say that we are all going to go to the same bank at the same interest rate, it becomes
and also patient capital.
Patient capital is problematic. So this is where I think that we are looking at the exposure. Yes, that for being phased in collaboration with Export Promotion Authority and even Ghana Investment Center, GIPC, are doing a lot. Exposure. As we speak now, I know yesterday the Ministry of Agric and the entire some exporters, producers, and they have gone to Denmark. You understand me? Just last 2 weeks, and GESA organized a whole trade mission to Kenya, just for them to go also see the sort of, how do you call it, chili Kenya is producing, the quality and everything, so that we will benchmark particular countries for us to be able to compete with. I think understand. But you do all these things, if we do it without funding, it becomes pretty difficult, because I don't think anybody can, for exporters and producers to go to the bank for a double-digit interest rate, I think for me is a non-starter. If we really want to move as a country, it should be a single-digit interest rate. And I'm happy, like I said, 24 economy is trying their best to see what they can do. If you go to, and again, the speed at which the banks even work, if you even put in an application, is one of the major problems. And then we have seen a situation where everybody lambasts the bank, but I think we've also not started to listen to them. And this is why I think that the two bodies need to be to see where the actual problems are, then we solve it. Ghana Exim Bank is currently doing a lot. For the coconut project I just spoke about, aside what Ghana Export Promotion Authority are doing, what they are doing under the presidential initiative, they are paying for everything. It's over 100 million Ghana cedis project, 3 million seedlings, which they transport to your location. They also make sure that they get people to go and monitor, evaluate, and come back. They provide you planting gel and a whole lot. So I think that for me, we are getting somewhere. Oliver Twist, ask for more. And for me, where we sit, we are doing our best. So we also want government to embrace and see what they can do. And again, for me, some of the things are also public goods. So for instance, if the road to my farm, I'm expected to construct a road to a farm. Meanwhile, my farm is situated within a community. So it should have been public goods. You understand me? Electricity to my farm. These are things that I think that we should really look into, because like Alex said, and I also alluded to in my earlier presentation, I said, you see, you can sign a contract, but if you don't have the produce, it becomes a problem. And that was the more reason I gave the scenario. That with, how do you call it, sweet potato, where counties are looking for it. I know Tesco and Co are looking for it. Is there a case where government will come in and say, look, let me have a contract with these people, but aside that, let me also try to also give some small money to the producers whilst we engage the country that's going to buy, I can produce 3 million metric tons for you. So all you need to do is advance me some money. It means I've front sold it. You understand me? So if you advance me money, we should be able to produce to meet
in any case, market. We do it for the cocoa sector.
Exactly, for the cocoa sector. So we should be able to do it for the rest of the thing. We need to take advantage of the current situation, the current geopolitics, and see where we fit. Because we are located at a place where we can feed almost everybody if we put ourselves together. Because China, the demand from China is high, the demand from maybe US is also high, Europe in general, and even the aftermarket is huge.
The Gulf.
And the Gulf market as well. So why don't we try our best to see how we stimulate it than the current situation?
Right. Okay, so we're going for a break, but when we return, I would want to, one of the issues that your people grapple with is post-harvest losses. And another issue would have to perhaps be the fact that I have been, it's also post-harvest. I've been to the Kita area where you find tomatoes rotting on the ground, and they sell it at giveaway prices, and they don't even get people to buy. And this is the sweat of people from you. What collaborations can do to, as it were, to support and help push exports? For instance, GEPA, GIPC, Exim Bank, and maybe FAGE. What collaborations you can do to ensure that we have a system that is working and running and pushing the exports frontiers of our country. This is our report here on Metropolitan Television, and tonight we are taking a look at how to, adopt strategies to help us access the global markets in our quest to expand our export trade frontiers. Please stay with us. We'll be back shortly.
Good energy brings you quality choices with Goil Super XP. Available in many Goil stations nationwide. It is fortified with special additives that help your engine perform better and use less fuel. Branch into a Goil station today and energize your ride with Goil Super XP, compatible with most vehicles. Goil Super XP will feel ya, will be feel good energy. Yeah, yeah.
Electricity, then pay your taxes. Our taxes, our future.
Because you see, without our taxes, we wouldn't have good roads, good schools, better hospitals, street lights, and other very important social amenities. When we pay our taxes, we give our children free and quality education. Talga, my money too small. Why should I pay my tax? Look, small. Salifo, it doesn't matter how small or big your business or income is. You still have to pay your taxes. The little taxes from each and every one of us, when put together, could give your community clean water or that deprived school with tables and chairs. Please pay your taxes. It is your responsibility. It is your civic duty. It is the law.
Welcome to to today's edition of Serene Insurance Business News. We present to you Serena, motor insurance sticker and policy certificate all on WhatsApp in less than 10 minutes. Serena is simple to use and it prioritizes user ease and flexibility. You can either use voice notes or text to effortlessly issue your instant policy, cross-platform renewals, claims, and also process your payments through mobile money, Visa, and MasterCard. To engage Serena, just search for Serene Insurance on all social media handles and scan the Serena barcode or save her number 0500 517 114 and start chatting her on WhatsApp immediately. There you have it. Serena is not just a tool, it's an innovation by Serene Insurance designed to redefine how motor and travel insurance are accessed and managed. Speed, convenience, and reliability.
MPS Terminal 3 is Africa's new state-of-the-art container terminal at Tema Port. For manufacturers, agro-processors and traders, the new port means business can be done faster. This infrastructure boost will improve Ghana's port handling capacity, connect more trading routes, and oil the engine of growth for the economy, creating greater opportunities across all sectors as Africa's markets merge and become the largest trading bloc globally. MPS, we connect, you thrive.
At Phoenix Insurance, we make the unpredictable predictable and the uncertain certain with our range of products, including motor insurance, fire insurance, engineering insurance, marine insurance, accident insurances, and all types of bonds. We have you covered. We also support you with risk management advice to enable you stay focused on your business. Take a policy with Phoenix Insurance today. We help you rise from adversity stronger and more secure. Contact us on 0302 246319 or 0302 246644 or any of our branches, agencies, and brokers spread across the nation. You can as well connect with us on our WhatsApp chatbot. Efiba is waiting to assist you. Make the future predictable with Phoenix Insurance. Phoenix Insurance, a delightful service experience delivered with wisdom.
All right, welcome back. This is Iron Port here on Metro TV, and I've been told we can activate the phone line for you to call in. The number to dial is 0245 834980. 0245-834980. The number is right there on your screen. You can call in. Your messages are also here. I'll be taking them pretty shortly. But let me come first to Mr. Dajawa and find out from you, like I said, what collaborations can do to help push Ghanaian exports. For instance, GEPA, GPIC, we talk about Ghana Exim Bank, we talk about maybe FAGE, you know, and all the other players. What do you think you can do?
Well,
collaboratively?
yes, it can do a lot, and it's doing a lot, actually, because right now, between FAGE and GEPA, we are so close, very, very close. And I must say, when Mr. Kobo assumed the role of president, he found it necessary to have a very important meeting with us to declare that we need to work together, because they are a private sector organization that is the voice of the export community.
Absolutely.
Because the name of FAGE is Federation of Associations of Ghanaian Exporters.
Absolutely.
So they do a lot of advocacy for reforms and for incentive regimes, and as you see, he's doing same here. So we work very well, and some of our flagship trade fairs that we participate in is in very close collaboration with them. He spoke about the fruit logistica that we do in Germany, the Mac Fruit. These are all very important collaborations that we do. So when we get the orders, they execute them. So that collaboration has been going on very well. I don't have any challenge at all with FAGE. They are doing so well with us these days. And then GIPC, God, GIPC is just our counterpart.
Yes.
While we do export promotion, they do investment promotion. And so we also do a lot of work with them. Joint programming, going on missions together, comparing notes and all that. So that's also been ongoing.
Right.
And of course, Exim Bank is, I would say, the funding arm of GEPA.
Yes.
Because Exim is established to provide financing for export-oriented companies.
Yes.
And for imports that will go into exports, and also import substitution.
Okay, import substitution. Please stay there. Let's go on to the lines.
All right.
Well, okay, I understand yourself, so you can continue.
Okay, so basically, what I'm saying is that we work together very close. And also, let us forget Ghana Enterprises Agency.
Okay.
Their role is also very critical because we work with matured, ready-to-export companies, whereas GEA's mandate is to bring the small ones up to a certain level from where we take over.
Yes.
So without GEA's work on the ground, it would be difficult for companies to come up to the level that we say they are export-oriented.
Right.
And so this collaboration must be deepened. And I'm happy to say that we've been working very well of late. All these institutions collaborate very closely.
Absolutely.
In fact, the Shore Expo that we delivered in Tamale last week was in collaboration with all of them.
Okay.
And you would realize that all of them were also there.
Absolutely, they were.
And now we are also beginning to work very closely with the presidential initiative on agribusiness, which is also key. Dr. Otokomo's place, doing very well, marvelously well. And I believe that if we keep this pace, working through the Accelerated Export Development Program of government, I mean, we will go very far.
Absolutely.
We'll go very far.
Absolutely. All right, so let me come to Mr. Kubo. I told you I was going to come to you, so we'll talk about post-harvest losses, which is one of the banes of your membership. How are you working at ameliorating or taking this a challenge away from them so that they can be competitive?
Okay, so recently we received funding from Ghana Exim Bank to do a need assessment.
Right.
Because you remember, like I said, during the Hot Expo, before even the Hot Expo, we visited His Excellency the President, and we submitted some, commodities that we want to promote because the demand is very high, and we want to promote and be if not the first in Africa or the world, we should be able to rake in a lot of foreign exchange. So he mandated Ghana Exim Bank to work closely with us and provide whatever we want. So Exim Bank gave us some money to do a need assessment. And one of the major, the post-harvest losses was one of the major findings. Right. So we said to ourselves, what do we have to do? You see, and this is where we invite the private sector, because you spoke about tomatoes. Yes. And tomatoes during the glut, and, you get a lot going to waste. Are we able to set up a mobile processing unit that goes round to just mop and process and bring it to the main, factory to process. Yes. These are some of the things we are looking at. And again, we are also looking at maybe retraining the producers themselves, because the issue also is not just about the glut, it's also about the variety that they are producing. And where the sort of maybe agronomic practices that goes into it. So these are some of the things that we have been doing. If vegetable exporters, producer and exporters are underfed. Right. So these are some of the things. They've been doing a lot of capacity building on that. And aside that, the major thing we are looking at doing is to provide the mobile processing equipment for us to go around and mop to process, because tomato at a point will go maybe a whole box will be about 100 cedis. Yes. And then all of a sudden, just 3 pieces of tomatoes will go. So if we are able to process, then it could be either dry the tomatoes or process into concentrate or something. We should be able to get a final product that will be reused again in this country. In that case, it will bring tomato, cost down, and imports also down. Yeah. We are also encouraging, that people should produce more, because if you look at currently onion and tomato, we import over $600 million, which for me worth, and it's from just our next door, Burkina and the like. Are we able to produce? The answer here is yes, because we have all the tributaries. We have what it takes for us to be able to do that. So we need to look for the actual market to produce into. You see, I was telling somebody last week about poultry, that people were having issues when their poultry 10 out in 3 months they are unable to sell because they don't have market. But the law is clear here, and we have policy that states clearly that the hotels and the restaurants should take certain percentage of local poultry. Are they doing it? The answer here is no. It's an enforcement issue. Once these things are enforced, we should be able to. So in the same vein, are we going to say that the tomato or producers, vegetable producers, the very hotels and others should take, maybe absorb about 40% of, how do you call it, all those vegetables from local. That will give people a whole hope. That will also reduce the post-harvest loss because, like I said, they will sell ahead. You understand? So people will be able to sell more than necessary. But you know, I think the mobile, how the processing equipment is what we are looking at. And we're going to go back to ESM to discuss that and see which private sector will take it up. Because you can't also leave all the things.
So if you get more than one and you dot it around
exactly,
across the country.
it reduces. It's not about that alone. When mango is in season issues, when the pineapple is in season issues, orange is in season issues, pawpaw and others, and watermelon. But all these things has an exit.
Absolutely.
So people out there want to buy. So are we able to get the
orange?
Exactly. Are we able to deploy all the necessary standards to make sure that we produce to meet certain markets for us to be able to process and for onward delivery?
Absolutely. Awesome. All right, so let's do some messages. You are watching us on Facebook. Bismarck Kojo Fupi. He says, good work done. Isaac Da Costa says, very educative. Rene Lopez, also watching on Facebook, says, great job. And Son Lion, also on Facebook, says, good move. Now, we come to WhatsApp, and this one is from Dufio in East Legon. She says, hello, Iron Port team. Please ask how can small-scale producers like us get access to the Export Trade House in Kenya? Do we need to register with GEPA first?
Come to GEPA.
Yes, you need to register with GEPA first. So you need to come see us in the office, and then we will discuss. We will need to look at your business, your product. The most important thing is what product do you have, and then we do the assessment to see whether it meets the quality, specs that we are looking for, and then we'll put you on board.
Right. Okay, this one is from Antina in Accra, Newtown. She says, good evening, Kennedy. Has the trade house in Nairobi, Kenya actually increased sales for Ghanaian products, or it is more about promotion and visibility?
No, both. It started with promotion and visibility. Now we are doing business. And they have established accounts in Ghana. So when the goods are sold, they are, and then with the, what we call the PAPS, Pan-African Payment and Settlement System.
Yeah, sure.
Whereby when we transfer money to them on a quarterly basis, when every 3 months, once the goods are sold, then they are transferred into your account. They pay in shillings, and then you receive it in cedis in your account in Ghana. So we are doing business.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Bill in Kofrodia says, my question is, what support is GEPA giving to exporters on quality standards so our products can compete in foreign markets?
Well, we do training. We use our export school. It's a facility that we have.
Right. Where is it located? In your export trade house?
In our Africa Trade House. We call it Africa Trade House. It's different from the Ghana Trade House. So our headquarters is in the African Trade House. That is opposite City House.
Absolutely.
Adjacent to British Council.
Yes.
So that is where the facility, some challenge. But apart from that, the real challenge has been how we're going to master the